Hello, dear friends. It's after midnight on May 11th, and tonight we are doing a ASMR coloring activity, working through and doing the Two of Pentacles. I might have to move some of my wands out of the way. They may be getting dried out here. They're blossoms off of a tree, apple tree, in fact. Anyways, I think that works good here. So this is the card we are coloring, Two of Pentacles. I have some other examples from, here's the Weissbell Tarot, and I will get to that one. And so if you're going to watch this on the playback, I'd highly recommend, if you want, to increase the playback speed. Probably, unless of course, the slow act of coloring is what you find relaxing. And I myself watch a lot of things on the slow way. But I don't fault anybody if they want to speed things up. So I'm just giving you permission, or just planting the suggestion into your head that if you so desire to speed my videos up, go for it. And here we have, this one is just sort of from the Weissbell Tarot deck, the Two of Pentacles. We have a Two of Pentacles from the Heaven and Earth Tarot. And from my favorite, and I may be having it like a new favorite too. And actually, I really like this one. I like this, the coloring of the Universal Weight Tarot as well. But let's just go see how deep the Two of Pentacles is in here. I was watching a live with Tarot Ask Backwards earlier today, actually yesterday, and I asked the question, what is my essential personality type, or who am I? And the Two of Pentacles came up, followed by a clarifying card of the Emperor. So, but there was another reader there, and I forget what I think her channel was. Sherry Voice, Shari, Voice of the Swamp. And she drew a different set of cards. But we're just going to do one card, coloring one card tonight. Most likely we'll do the coloring scheme from this one. But I also have a new deck too that just came on the May 8th of this week, and it's really nicely colored. Morgan Greer. This had been on my wish list for a long time. Two of Pentacles. I like the little tiny boat in the back. So that is this. I'm going to just go pull one more little card out before we begin. And I'm sure that the person who'd be watching this on the playback wouldn't even get this far in the video before clicking out of it going forward. But let's just go. This is this tiny thing. This is just amazing. The colors in this universal weight are amazing too. This is also the larger size version of this is also on my wish list, but I have some financial issues at this present time that anyways, it's not in my budget, though I will be acquiring 2 more tarot decks this year. One of them, the mini Solabusca, and then another one that I have on pre-order that gets released in June. And that one, the name of it escapes me, but you'll see maybe in June. Where did that card go to? So the problem with these little cards is that they're kind of hard to handle. But I really like the little tiny cards anyways. It's like figuring out how to read with them. Here it is. And the color schemes of this one is very similar to, as you can see, the Radiant. It just has a little bit more white in there. And so while we're talking and putting things away, in this coloring book, Theresa goes through what the meanings of colors are for the Rider-Waite Tarot. And so I'll just read through those right now. So black means negativity, evil, and transformation. Blue means peace, spirituality, aspiration, tranquility. Brown means earth, soil, ground, stability, and commitment. Gray is depression and mystery. Green, nature, renewal, vitality, prosperity, and abundance. Orange is success, aspiration, fun. Purple is spirituality, idealism, ideals, wisdom, vitality, and psychic ability. Was that word? Was that what that meant? Was vitality? And red is vitality, love, passion, action, danger. Silver is illumination, clarity, awareness. White is purity, peace, innocence. Yellow is intelligence, creativity, student, and positivity, healing. All right, so let's get to that 2 of Pentacles, and here we are. I'm not quite sure if I got the spelling right on one of the words there. Purple, it's royalty, not vitality. So purple is wisdom, royalty, psychic ability, ideas, wisdom, and spirituality. Yeah, it's hard, when you have sloppy handwriting. Okay, all right. I got too much junk on my art table here. I got all these things here. And what's interesting is that when I looked at the Marseille Tarot the other day in my Lo Scarbreo book on the Marseille Tarot, that The color meanings are like flesh color is concrete reality, yellow, vitality, energy, solar intelligence, and divinity. Red is masculine active energy, passion, blood, or worldly action. Blue, feminine receptive energy, passive spirit or psychic energy and thought, water and sky. Green is nature, natural world, and all that is in progress. Brown, solid matter, earth, and all that is permanent. White, the absence of action, immobility, wisdom, purity, and infinite possibilities. And black is shadow, night, the end of things, and energy that defines shapes in the world. And so what's interesting is that blue is a feminine energy and red is a masculine energy. And so that's kind of what I find. And so because the other day I painted this as like the Hanged Man, but I painted it the same kind of color scheme as in the Marseille Tarot. So anyways, that's that. And so without much further ado, which I've adooed a lot, I've adooed for like for the last 10 minutes or so. Plenty of doing. No one in their right mind would watch this video because it is so slow in the anyways. That's just my negative self-talk thinking. And where's my little shaver? Can't do this without oh, I forgot there's something I forgot already. It's right over here. Because we'll go use crayons to do the sky. Because that's most of the whole thing is crayons. That's mostly sky. And so we have all these nice colors here. And I'm going to go with blue, shades of blue. Everything is that blue, but I might add some over the top of it, some white as well. But what about, we have some watercolors. Anyways, as you have seen, this is the most boring video in the world. I gotta move more things out of the way. Okay, alright, there we go. So it looks like it's sort of a already we're kind of starting in on a circular action. And these are wax pastels, by the way. And so they're in water soluble, so you can come back in and smooth things out by adding just a little bit of water, like on a sponge or something, especially if you want to blend colors together. Kind of like in a cave here. Happy cave like should have had less preamble, but I was actually busy doing the dishes right before. I had picked up a lot of vegetables and stuff from the food bank earlier today, and I had a lot of washing of vegetables to do. So I'm just going to bring this down, this shade down here, and we'll highlight it. I've already gone outside of the lines here. I got this stuff in the way. So that just does beg the question. Can tarot answer the question? Who am I? Juggling infinity. Juggling coins with the spirit of earth. Or juggling realities. Juggling earth energy. Looking at one task while the other one remains right behind you. I think I want this more, this for the water back here, this more of this aquamarine tones. And a little bit more darker towards the edge. In there, the infinity loop is, it's red in that one, so I could make that any color I wanted. I'm really not any good at staying in the lines. Coming over this with some more aquamarine. You know, I don't have any flesh tone, but what color is flesh though? His body. I haven't really given it much thought here. But if it's my personality or yours, that of a person, we have, maybe we can build this color gold. That's what I keep on coming to. I'm going to probably make the infinity sign gold, and gold is like yellow, but gold of the gods. Seems to me that I had another box of pencils, but I don't know where they're at. What color is this pencil? It's sort of a brown. I think I'll use that for skin. Something of the earth, of stability. But I guess I'll just put it over here in this Mary. I like how this pencil handles. It's like a, I think it's like a makeup pencil of some kind. Found it in the car that I got. And just a little more. The hand is very, it's a delicate, I guess it would be delicate because it's meant to be used on the face. So where's the hand? Okay, so hand is here. Then the rest of this is numerologically, the number 2 is, what about balance? I'm going to turn the sound off because for a second here. I didn't tell my old mom that I was doing a live stream tonight, so I'm hoping I don't get disturbed. She just woke up. Hopefully she doesn't want to ask me to go out and look at the northern lights right now. Not that I've never seen them from here before. I'm just a little bit too far south. So I'm going to go over the sky with some darker colors too. That's kind of supposed to be like a seawall kind of a thing. Has some gray in here for mystery. Yellow sails. Yellow sails, okay. So a yellow tunic. So let's see what do we have here. Has a vest. Oh, that's interesting. It's a gown. It's kind of a green and brown jacket, and then here we have a orange and yellow. Oh, it's got like green shoes. Okay. But so let's go with like an orange. Do I have an orange color? I don't think I have an orange. No orange specifically. I think we'll do red. The lightest color red here. Maybe I can blend a couple colors to a red and a yellow together. Blend it just a bit. Make the sleeves here sort of card for masculine energy. And we have the feminine receptivity of the sky from the Marseille Tarot. Let's go back and get the brown, holding the bottom side of his hand, but we don't want to lighten that up with just a little bit of white. Sort of blends things around. I think I'm fairly comfortable with the idea at this moment that part of my core personality is this Two of Pentacles. When I look over my life, I got this little cutest thing, this little tiny tarot. Oh, there's another little ship over here too. I need to put the sails in on that too. And there they are over there. But this Morgan Greer tarot is really interesting, the color-wise. But with the way the infinity symbol is around the circles, it kind of reminds me of like a machine. Tractors and flywheels and belts and action and movement and action, belts. Rather than juggling between two different realities, but maybe that's what it is juggling between two different realities. I wonder, let's see what Sasha Graham says. I heard her in an interview about a month ago or so on Jackie's Crystal Moon. It's a great channel. But she was talking about some other tarot. I can't remember which one it was. Some kind of gothic kind of orientation. Jackie's Crystal Moon she has a lot of interviews and people on her channel. You should go check it out. As well as Tarot Ask Backwards. Then if you want something with some more poetry, there's Care Bear Bard of the Cards. But she has her channel's more brand new. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? There we go. Two of Pentacles. A pleasant choice is at hand. Duality, recreation, delight, a delicate dance. Delicate dance. The Two of Pentacles appears to reflect duality and choice. Options have appeared and the final decision is in your hands. Either option is good. It is just a matter of personal preference. You can have fun with what's surrounding you. Unintended consequences change your initial plans, but you are well suited to go with the flow. Well, that's... yeah, I have started over many times, so maybe... I think that maybe that might be... the Two of Pentacles, anyway. I think it may be a part of who I am. Yeah, I think I could see that. Alright, let's go after the tunic. And maybe while we're at it, we'll just do some more sales over here. Do sort of a grayish color, walking on the grounds of mystery. Or it could also be depression too, depending on your point of view. I think I'm gonna like highlight this with silver. Maybe we just think that this is silver. And now, looking at this one, the silver. And where are we looking at? Where the feet are more silvery. I got green shoes, because that's of the earth. Green shoes. Okay, I can't see myself wearing... oh, maybe green bowling shoes, right? I like to bowl. And I like to dance too. Huh, interesting. And maybe a little darker green. So it stands out in front of the water. maybe just a touch of yellow. Kind of went out of lines, but put just a little bit of yellow in here, and you go in with a blender, and we blend in yellow into the green. Back to my blender. Where did my blender go to? There it is. Uh-oh. I'm not really good with faces and people. I tend to, in my own art, I tend to stay away from people. That's why I thought when I asked the question of what is my essential personality, I figured they would draw the Hermit card. Because that's kind of what I imagine myself as, a hermit-like figure. I think I want to use that neon yellow when it comes to my pentacles here, my realities that I'm juggling around. That's the thing is with this type of a tool, you don't have to follow your color in your tarot. You don't have to do it exactly as the directions say. You can make it your own reality. Neon yellow almost looks kind of green. So an abundance color. So I want to put that in here. There's always a tendency, I think, to look at on the negative side when you draw cards. But with the question of who am I, it's not that you're making a choice between two different things, but I think in my life I haven't chosen to focus on just one thing and doing many things. One can do multiple art forms. It's not a possibility. This golden yellow kind of fits the color of what the tunic should be. I drew my skin tone as brown, because over here brown means stability, because it's like the color of the earth. And I tend to have been a very stable person, being, for the most part. What color is belt? I think it should be purple. And maybe a purple hat too. In the picture it's red. With this Peter Pan-like tunic. Is it in tatters because of poverty? I lived most of my life in some form of poverty or another, or a form of perpetual brokenness. But I think I want to highlight that with some neon. Yeah, we'll highlight this with neon. I like that because it's bright like the sun. Yellow of intelligence and creativity. Wearing the robe of creativity while juggling between multiple realities, the spiritual and the physical. The concrete and the esoteric, or the what's the word? It's not concrete, it's, oh, I forget. So if you're still watching this on the replay, what color would your clothes be when you think of the meanings of these colors as yellow of intelligence, white as purity, silver as illumination, red as vitality, love, passion, purple, spirituality, orange, success, green, nature, renewal, gray, depression or mystery, brown, earth, ground, stability, commitments, blue, peace, spirituality, aspiration, and black is transformation or evil or negativity. What would you like your colors to be? A red hat or a purple belt? I think we will do a purple belt. Spirituality, ideals, ideas, wisdom, royalty, and psychic power. Put on the belt of psychic power, psychic ability. That's red, purple, and pink. With a big green belt buckle, right? I have heard that it takes an act of courage for a person to click on a video or to watch a live stream when there are 0 people in the room. And a red hat or a purple hat? I think I'm going to use this metallic pink, which it doesn't quite look pink, but has sort of a... I'm going to add this in here. We go back to some purple. And then we'll go straight red. Just sort of add the red into it. Because it's really... I don't have orange, so... we can add a little bit of some yellow in here too, and then we'll go in with a blender and see if I can get the colors to, this looks almost like it's an orange. It has just a lot of different colors in it, so you blend the colors together. So by having the meaning of the colors on memory, when you can use those to assist you in deriving a meaning of a particular card and what it means and so forth by the proportions of the colors, or maybe just what the majority of the colors are in your spread. Well, that's right. I said I was going to add some yellow to the hat as well. Oh, I wasn't going to put that there. It has like the coat of many colors. The yellow in the sky. Sunlight coming through just a little bit. Just to make sure we don't put any water on here, because then it'll just all turn green. Yellow in the water. It's wavy. Like a storm or a fluid. It's like the ups and downs of life. Water does have a lot of different colors in it. Back to his shoes again. Kind of darker green. And then we'll go back and get that blender. Do I have my lights focused on here right? Okay. So I think I almost got all the colors in. Maybe just a little more highlights of blue in the sky. I was going to read from this other book. Oh, hi. Hi, Max. Welcome. So, physical dualities. As the churning water behind me indicates, although you think of yourself as a creature of logic, much of what you do is influenced by your unconscious. This is one of the dualities you will need to acknowledge. Who am I? Hello. This is 999 ASMR Tarot. I'm just doing some coloring tonight. The Two of Pentacles. And I had asked the question of another reader, the question, who am I? And they drew this card for me, but I decided to color that. And these are the colors I came up with. I'm trying to figure out who am I as a singular individual. Well, I need to add some more color to the sleeves. So Two of Pentacles has some different cards, including this little tiny tarot here. And yeah, I put a little yellow in the sky. It's not present in any of these cards, except for this one has, but that's just, this one's not. It just has clouds. And then in the 1909 tarot, that's the color of the sky. It's sort of a greenish color, which may also be what the color of the paper was that they put through the printing press, which I think is kind of what it was. So yeah, a little bit more yellow in the skies. That's what you're saying it needs to be there, Max? Okay. So instead of any clouds, it's sort of yellow and green in the sky. It's interesting. Just a little bit more yellow, but not too much, because we don't want it to turn it green. Because I will definitely won't put any water on this to smooth it out. I'll use the blender, maybe. Just a little bit in here. I like it because it has like this rivers of light flowing down kind of effect here. I don't really know that I know so much. I'm just a little bit more. So where are you from, Max? You don't have to say exactly, but I'm streaming off of the west coast of the United States. And it is after midnight. A smooth man in a rough world might be this. Oh, you're from Arizona. Okay. So you are on Central Time right now. I have a cousin that lives in Arizona. I think Phoenix. His folks used to live there, but they moved to southern one, or that's like near Medford, Oregon, recently. Folks, my uncle, he's a retired surveyor for the BLM. You may have. I think Stephen is his name. That's my cousin. I'm not going to give a last name out, but Stephen is between 40 and 50. I'm almost 60 years old, so I mean, I don't remember how old he is. I hadn't seen him in 20, 30 years. But you never know. I think one of my and I have another cousin, one of my dad's first cousins that lives in Arizona as well. He just moved there from Washington State, but he's close to 70 years old. I can't remember where he's living. He's not. How's that for the yellow? Okay, the blending tool is, so we're looking at colored pencils, and the blending tool for colored pencils is to kind of, it's sort of, let me just show you here. I'm going to, so you kind of bring it in here, and it works to push color from here. You're kind of just pushing the color around is what it's doing. Now these are watercolor pencils, and so you can do the same by taking a sponge or a water brush or a brush to it, and then you can blend those colors together. I can really perfectly well see what it's doing here, because it's just sort of smoothing it out and moving the color around. And so like when you're painting, there are tools like that with paint brushes that do the same thing. And so you can, if you're painting, you can use a dry brush like this and just and it'll kind of do the same thing as a blending tool. And or a smaller brush like this. And so like going on the hat, I'll just come in here, and you can you can see that it takes a lot of the harsh lines you get from just the coloring, and you use that blender tool, and you can just sort of smooth that out. And so with the brush, you see what I'm saying here? That's what you would be using this for. Dry brushes work very well, and if you're really impatient, you can use a wet brush, but you have to be careful with a wet brush, because you could end up ruining whatever. You could end up ruining your drawing or whatever it is that you're working on. So but the yellow is kind of nice in here. It gives it, yeah, the sunlight is shining through. yeah, yeah. So, anyways, it's so this is a little. I painted this thing the colors of the Marseille Tarot for a figure, and the Marseille Tarot is a predecessor to the Rider-Waite, and I believe the Marseille Tarot originated like in the 1700s, and the printing presses at those time had limited color, because you would use a, they use those like a wood block printing press, and they'd have different colors, and so there were limited color choices in the 1700s. But so when I was in the setup to doing this, for like the first 10 minutes of this video, nothing is really happening except I'm kind of going through cards and going through things. And I'll take a different brush, like this one here, the pant these are pants, or they are, I just actually chose this color as a skin color because brown, when in the Rider-Waite Tarot, kind of stands for like stability, or the ground, or the soil, or just being rooted in the world, or rooted in yourself, rooted in your faith, depending on how you choose to look at it. And I might add a little bit of yellow to because in the Rider-Waite Tarot, the sleeves are orange. Oh, welcome, Brianna, from Kenya. Yeah, I haven't really done the coloring much, because I was really, last month I was concentrated on National Poetry Month, and I'm going to still be doing poetry like Sunday afternoons if I'm home on Sunday, if I'm not like at church or something like that, which I do have church events and stuff that I do have to go to occasionally. Not have to, I want to. So we're just going to add just a little bit of yellow in the sleeves, and I want to see if I can blend that into a more of an orangey-like color. Yellow, the color of the sky. But that was that fluorescent neon yellow. Yeah, you're welcome. So how's the weather out in Kenya these days, Brianna? So Max, as I think I mentioned just a little earlier, that, well, because color has meaning. If you are, I'm still learning tarot, so, and I don't have all the cards memorized at this point, but I'm working on memorizing those, the memorization. Well, anyways, it's not going as fast as I wanted it to go. Need to put it to you that way. So, the blender tool back into the sleeves. So yeah, you can add color, can help you to suss out the meaning. of things. So the weather is better, the rains have reduced, and less flooding. Oh yeah. Well, today in Western Oregon, was 80 degrees today. I got a little bit of my lawn mowed. I didn't get as much lawn mowing done as I wanted to do because I was kind of screwing around with washing my vegetables that I got at the food bank and other stuff. And I was messing around online too. Yeah. This book here. It's okay by Theresa Reed. I wish that they had more looks inside. What I don't like about this book is this right here. What is that they photocopied this book. They photocopied the cards, and they didn't let me paint the pillars the way I wanted to. And I think that they would have been better if they would have traced. If the person would have went through and traced this, and then also cut out. There's way too much line work here, too much black, and so like here with the devil card, which has a lot of black in it. But what if I want the color in the background to be something else? And yeah, so that's kind of why that's the drawbacks of this book, of what I don't like about it. And so unfortunately I haven't really found a book that is really to my liking completely, but this is good enough anyways. And so yeah, well, because this is a coloring book, and you want to be able to color the different structures and so forth, and so you can put your own spin on things. So let's say if you take a look at, let's say, let's take a look at the High Priestess card in the Morgan Greer Tarot. And it'll probably be pretty similar, but this one's really brightly colored. But see, when I went to that page with the devil card in it, I mean, this has different colors. Different backgrounds. Let me see if I can easily find it here. Yeah, thank you. So you have your grass is overgrown, Brianna, and so it's kind of hard to cut because you've had so much rain and so forth. Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah, I can never find the cards when I'm looking for them. Yeah, it just stopped raining here like 2 days ago. Well, yeah, because every for the variety of the cards, because every author that are they want to set out to do their own tarot will, you know, change up the color scheme just a little bit. And yeah, so anyways. You know, technically speaking, a person really doesn't need more than, if you're into reading tarot, you don't really need more than, I'm not going to be able to find that card. But there are different backgrounds and so forth. It's but yeah, so anyway, that's with the coloring book. But or if we take this one here, the Light Seer, and this one is really has a lot of the coloring, and this one is really fantastic too. And they just sort of reimagined everything. So the High Priestess, now this card is actually pretty amazing because it's kind of talking about inner wisdom and so forth. And in here, though her eyes are closed, you can see her eyes open. So this is like, I think I have 12 decks. Yeah, I think that's what I have is 12 decks. Yeah, it's kind of like an addiction. So yeah, I don't, yeah, I like this one. This was like I think the third deck I purchased, number 3. And yeah. But anyway, that's what's interesting about that is the closed eyes. And so this the Light Seers is it kind of helps if you're going to read intuitively. And so an intuitive reading meaning that, of course, that means different things to different people. Yeah, that is that. So the for me, what the intuitive reading means is that you have a basic idea of what all the cards mean, and then that you've got this idea and you've sort of internalize it, and from there you take the question and you take the images that are before you and you construct a narrative, and you're doing it like this and you're doing it like that, and that's what, to me, what an intuitive card reader does. Now, maybe some say that you're connecting up to some psychic realm, and maybe that's true. And but I think that it's more like, and I'm probably completely wrong here too, but it's more like you're reading the moment and being because I don't think you necessarily, to read somebody, you don't really need things like tarot cards or anything like that. And so, person asks you a question, I don't know what it is, like, will my cat come back to me? Oh, hi, tarot asked backwards. pretty late there on the East Coast for you. Anyway, so what was I thinking here? Yeah, you're getting a deeper meaning through the images, and you're kind of reading the human superconsciousness. That's kind of the way I kind of look at what the tarot cards help you to read what is already present in the room. It's just already there with you, but it's just sort of like you could do the same thing with books. You can take a book and then you flip it open to a random page and you go like that, and you can divine that way. Because a lot of people divine out of the Bible that way. I mean, I done that way a long time ago, but when I was way more Christian, or trying to fit into that, I kind of shied away from divination and stuff like that, simply because of, Oh, so you've done that with the Bible by divining, by just opening up to a random page and putting your finger down. Yeah, that's the same thing. And so divining with tarot cards is actually exactly the same thing, except these 78 images that people have been working on for the last like 500 to 1,000 years, or at least the last 500 years, and have placed like meanings on each one of them. And so, like, for instance, my great grandmother, who immigrated to America from Sweden, she was a card reader. And but it was, I think from what I had heard, it was that, because she's been dead quite a few years, like since 1980, and what with her what was that the boys would have these massive parties on holidays and so forth. And while the boys were drunk and doing what the boys were doing, and when I think of boys, I'm thinking of men in their 20s and 30s, and maybe they were out playing horseshoes in the yard or something like that. Well, the ladies would gather around the kitchen table, and then my great grandmother would pull out her tea cards or her tarot cards, and then they would do these card readings for her daughters and cousins and so forth. And so that's kind of, and I think for them it was more like a parlor trick kind of a thing, or a fun thing. But I don't really know, because none of those people are alive. They're not here anymore, and so all I have is just like a couple stories, and I've just put everything else together in my mind about that. And anyways, I'm really happy that Tarot Ass Backwards has popped in, and that Brianna has popped in, and Max, it was nice to chat with you here. I really wasn't expecting much, but I think I'm done with my juggler, and my lights are gonna burn out here in a few minutes. I only have so much time on them. They're battery powered lights, so I have 3 of them, but today I only have 2 of them on, and so so this kind of a nice light, and I'm kind of anal this way and needing to have proper lighting when I do this program. And so yeah, I have a light right here, and I have another light right here, and then there's the overhead light because it's like what, 2 o'clock in the morning now. Yes, Max, thank you for popping in, and I'm gonna do another one of these tomorrow night. Probably I'm gonna come on about 12:30 my time, but maybe if I can move it on as early as like 11:30, I might do that. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow night. I haven't decided yet. I'll figure it out, some random activity. I know I was gonna do poetry on Sunday afternoon, providing nothing happens. And so it's midday over there in Kenya. Yeah. I think tomorrow night, so if you push the subscribe button or look at my community tab, I will put a time down on under my community tab. So it would be probably, I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna pop on at 12:30 Pacific Standard Time tomorrow night. And I'm locking that in, like on that show, The Wall. I'm locking that time in, 12:30, and it'll probably run an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, because I do have church in the morning, so I get up, and so I do have that. Oh, you did, Matt. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and so then, like for instance, on Sunday afternoon, if I might do poetry tomorrow night, but I don't know. I think I'll do. I don't really know what I'm gonna do tomorrow night. I'm gonna do something, and I'll figure it out. But anyways, thank you very much. Okay, good. I'm glad that you liked it. So if you were to watch it on the playback, you might like speed through the first half hour of it, or watch it on like 1.5 speed. Because if you're doing it if you're watching for like, like ASMR purposes, or I think that for me, I find that the 1.5 speed works good. Anyways, and it was great to chat with you too, Brianna. And have a good night, and bye bye, everyone. Bye bye.